I've told myself that I'm going to climb one mountain every single month in 2026. But here are the top 5 that I cannot miss. The first one is one of the mountains that I've never seen before. I've always heard stories about it, and I know from those stories that it's a really good hike, and that will be the Matterhorn in Switzerland. It's part of the Alps mountain range. I believe it's about 4,000 something 100 meters high. So I'm going to need some decent fitness with that. But yeah, I think it's only 100 meters less than the highest western mountain of Europe. So that is the first one that I want to do. Here's some facts on it. So the Matterhorn is one of the most recognizable mountains on the planet. I mean, it's a pyramid shape. It's 4,478 meters high. That's the number I was missing. And it sits perfectly in between Switzerland and Italy in the Alps. I think it's one of, like, when you picture the Alps, this is the mountain that you picture. Although despite it being one of the most iconic mountains, I think the first time it was ever climbed was only in the 19th century, so it was quite a late mountain to be, not discovered, but explored, I suppose, climbing up it. It's also really well known, even if you haven't heard of it, because I know for a fact you've heard of Toblerone chocolate. Who hasn't? And it features on there. As well as this, I can definitely get a skiing holiday out of climbing this mountain. To be fair, I think I can get a skiing holiday out of a few of these mountains, and I've never been skiing, and I really would like to, so I think I'm definitely going to give it a go this year. I think another one that I'd like to do, and I'm surprised I haven't done it yet, is Ben Nevis. So obviously this is the highest peak in the UK, in Scotland specifically. If I can, I wouldn't mind doing the 3 Peaks challenge whilst climbing this one. It's a bit out of reach, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, Ben Nevis is 100% on my list. So Ben Nevis is obviously the tallest peak in the UK. It stands at 1,345 meters tall, so a lot smaller than the Matterhorn, and a lot more achievable. But that being said, there's some cool little facts about it. Like it used to be a volcano. A lot of mountains in Scotland used to be volcanoes. In fact, Edinburgh Castle is sat on an old volcano. But Ben Nevis, being situated in the Highlands, the summit weather can be completely unpredictable. It could be a bright sunny day, 25-degree heat at the very bottom, and you get on top and it's fully massive blizzard, snow everywhere. And I think that's one of the reasons why I really, really want to climb it. Just the unpredictability and the kind of challenge that it gives. One that isn't really common, but I've seen and looks fun to climb, is Triglav in Slovenia. And I think one of the main reasons I want to go do that one anyway is because Slovenia has the coolest capital city name, which is Ljubljana, and they have a church in the middle of a lake, and I really want to see that church. But if I can climb Triglav as well, it's a win-win situation. So Triglav Mountain is obviously Slovenia's highest peak. It sits at 2,864 meters, so slightly taller than Ben Nevis, a lot smaller than Matterhorn. However, the climb itself is really recommended to have a guide with you, and you also need protective equipment because the paths up are basically all knife edges. So that is something to keep in mind if you guys are planning on taking this mountain. It's also a national symbol of Slovenia. It's on their coat of arms and their national flag. I think the first time it was ever climbed was the 18th century. And a cool little fact is it has a little tower at the very, very top. In case you get stuck up there, you can just shelter in the tower. I think fourth one on my list, I think this is 4, maybe 5th, 4? I think we've done, 4, is Iguili de Tor. It's French and I'm English, so I'm always going to butcher that name, but it's on the French side of the Alps, and I think you are able to see a great view of the Matterhorn from this peak. So I wouldn't mind doing that, because obviously the Matterhorn is the Matterhorn. But yeah, that is number 4 on my list. Turns out I actually meant Aiguille du Midi. I, again, gonna be butchering that pronunciation, but it means needle of midday in French. It spans up to 3,842 meters, and if I'm having a bad day, there's a nice little cable car all the way to the top. You can see Mont Blanc from the view, which is where I got the confusion from, but the top is often minus 10 degrees, so you're definitely going to need a nice warm jacket when you get to the top there. And number 5 is a bit of a technicality grey area, VAR. It's a volcano, but it counts, right? That counts. Mount Vesuvius in Italy, so just above Napoli, by Pompeii, believe it or not. I would love to climb that. I went to Italy last year and I didn't get a chance to climb Vesuvius, but I would really, really, really like to climb it. Maybe not in the heat of the summer, because I can imagine it gets quite hot, so I'll probably go in a little bit of a winter time, maybe later on in the year, but nonetheless, I'd love to climb it. Mount Vesuvius, of course, it has to be on the list. I mean, one of the world's most famous volcanoes, wiped out the ancient civilization of Pompeii, one of a city in ancient Rome, the Roman Empire, if you don't already know. It's 1,281 meters high, and not too far away from the Amalfi Coast, which is where I stayed in Italy last year, and I really, really would not mind staying there again. It was absolutely phenomenal. It's also obviously right next to the city of Pompeii, and not too far away from Napoli, so definitely on my list this year. I think the eruption that killed Pompeii was in 79 AD, and they've been climbing it since then. And when I started filming this video, I forgot to do an outro. So here we are in my kitchen at the moment, editing the video. I'm going to do the outro for you now. But that's my top 5 list. Only in Europe. I don't know why I haven't gone further afield. I mean, the other ones are kind of just unrealistic to do this year. I'd like to do Kilimanjaro. I'd like to do Mount Fuji in Japan. I'd also like to do the mountain that Christ Redeemer in Brazil, Rio, is. But I don't know the name of that one. But I don't think that's possible this year. Definitely in the future, but not this year. So yeah, thank you for watching. It's been a little bit of a insight video of what I have planned, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you guys are also planning on doing some hikes. Leave it in the comments what hikes you want to do this year. Maybe I'll find myself doing the same ones. But with that being said, I hope you enjoyed it. Please subscribe. Thank you, by the way, for getting me to 100 subscribers. That's insane. Yeah, no, really, really thank you. And also the love on that, on the street interview video that I did. Thank you for that as well. More of that will be coming. I've got the next one already planned, not in the works, but planned, with my videographer, Finn. Thank you, Finn. So yeah, please hit the subscribe button, hit the bell, and I will catch you on the flip side. Peace.